They said it couldn't be done. The sexiest car mod ever made. Check this out. Boom, Apple CarPlay. 2004 Lexus GS. Everything looks OEM, everything's normal. Bang, Apple CarPlay. Throw my maps on here. It's super glary because of the phone, but it's solid. You know, I've already driven around a bunch of places, and having the maps here is awesome. It's honestly not bad. The shifter, in park, the shifter's in the way, but you're never driving in park. And in drive, you know, I'm holding it where my eyes are. I can see the whole screen. You know, you're definitely looking down more than if it was up here, but you know, you're only glancing at it for a couple seconds and then back up. So definitely got a little crazy with the Dremel on this side. It bothers me quite a bit, but I'm gonna find something to put over this, or something that I could 3D print to just clean these edges up. Maybe they make some kind of felt tape that doesn't look like felt tape. Something simple that can go in here. But for what it is, opening and closing like that, solid. Yo, if you guys like the content, you like the custom stuff that I'm making for the car, do me a favor and drop a like and subscribe. I don't have a lot of time for it, and you know, it encourages me when I see you guys liking it and enjoying it, so appreciate it. All right, get some light on in here. All right, to get this thing out, it's actually really simple. Make sure your parking brake's on. Put this thing in low.
Bluetooth.
Have it shut up.
Wait.
All right, got the shifter out of the way, just so you have room. You're not scratching that up. And make sure your parking brake's on if you have this thing in gear, so you don't roll away. And then it really just, I thought you had to take off the trim around it, but you just gotta pop. I don't know why the video cut out, but basically just pull on it, pull it straight out. It's got these 4 tabs that you gotta pull out, one of which apparently I just broke, which sucks, but we'll see what I can do about that. And then there is one clip on the back of this. See it here, just regular pop clip. And then the whole thing comes out, and I'm gonna take this inside and show you what I did to it. All right, the first step here is to remove this cover. For these 2 tabs back here, you just stick a screwdriver under there and pop it up. Comes right off. There you go. And obviously my screen's already in this, so this all looks completely different, but there is a light here, which is what this bulb is. It just pops right out with 1 screw. You need to take that cover off before you can take this outer shell piece here. And that outer shell piece is these 4 screws in the back here. All right, now that you get the screws out, you just pull down on these, kind of pop out. On this side, pull that down. You see the whole piece here comes off. And now you get rid of that piece. Now you're left with just the body of this. And the easiest way to get it apart further is these 2 tabs here on the back. Take a little flathead, push them in, and pry these kind of back, pry this metal part here back against you. Once you do that, whole back side comes off. You're left with these 2 tracks with the gear, or the teeth on them, tracks and the teeth. And this is all that's left for the actual little tray that comes out. Basically, the most important parts here is, this is the locking mechanism. You can see this little needle here. That little needle, when you close the drawer, goes up into here, into this first slot, and sits down. And then when you push it one more time, it pushes it up into this other spot, and then all the way down back to the beginning, which allows it to open all the way. So closed up here, push it again, open. So you gotta make sure you don't touch that. I kind of did. Looks like I kind of nicked it a little bit, and it seemed like it was getting sticky when I first put it back together, but give it a little bit of grease, cleaned it all up, and everything's good. Because of how much, you know, damage I did to this thing and how much I kind of mauled it up, there was extra resistance with it opening and closing, and it didn't have enough force to open all the way. So all I did was basically tighten this spring. You can see there's this little hand here, and I was trying to pick this hand up and spin it around to tighten it up. But the easier way is if you take this white piece here with your thumb, it actually slides over, and it's probably going to be difficult for you to see, but there's a catch right there on the bottom. So if you just slide this little piece over, I'll show you. Hopefully I don't accidentally undo what I did. if you just slide this piece over, right? Now it's off the catch and I can spin it freely. And then if you just turn it enough times, it'll tighten that spring up a lot. And before, hopefully I have a video somewhere of how the gears moved before. They moved super slow. And now, let's see if I twist this up, watch the gear, thing jumps instantly. It's so tight that I could barely turn it by hand. Watch that little white piece, just gone. So now it has, with it tightened up like that, it has a ton of force, and every time you click it, it opens right up, closes. So next important thing you got to keep is, obviously these rails are important. I went a little crazy and got close to them with the Dremel. Don't do that. Try not to touch these rails on either side here. And then this back piece here, I broke it like 3 times. I ended up hot gluing this, which is super unprofessional looking, but the hot glue is the easiest way to get material in there and to get it to stay where it is. But this piece here, you can see these 2 tabs, this one and this one, that's actually what lock. They slide into the back of this. That's what locks this on and in place. So you gotta make sure you take care of those. Basically, there's a whole bunch of plastic right here that you have to cut away and cut out. There's obviously the cigarette lighter. I have 35 minutes of footage of me demolishing this thing with the Dremel and gaining 6 different types of cancer from this stuff. Seriously though, this stuff smells awful and it stank up the entire house. If you're gonna do it outside. And the ashtray, which you gotta pull out, cut the cigarette lighter all the way out. And on the back of the cigarette lighter is where you're actually gonna get your power and ground. It's taped up with duct tape. This whole thing's super janky. I have butt connectors at work and actual electrical tape, so I'm gonna bring those home and fix this up a little bit, but I just duct taped it up quickly. But basically there is 2 poles in the back of the cigarette lighter, obviously your ground and your positive. And for this motorcycle CarPlay, it only needs power and ground because it uses Bluetooth. So that's all you need, is right there on the back of the cigarette lighter, which you're deleting anyways. So just delete that, wire it up. I didn't do a great job recording the whole build. I promise to do better in future videos. Soon I plan on getting a single DIN radio, so comment what we should do with the dead space underneath it. Maybe we should do some 3D printed boost gauges, you know. Let me know what you guys think.